Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining this session today. We're going to be talking about summer minors at UC Berkeley, so minors that you can earn in the summertime alongside your major. If you're working toward a double major, this is in a totally different area that you're interested in. My name is Alex Calvert, and I'm a project policy analyst with Summer Sessions. And first of all, I just want to start by saying congratulations. This is such an exciting time for you all. And we're just so excited to welcome you to UC Berkeley and to tell you a little bit about what makes us special and what students are doing in the summertime at Berkeley. So with that, I'm going to be, just talking a little bit about summer sessions in general to get started. Summer is a really busy time at UC Berkeley. So we actually have over 17,000 Berkeley students taking courses in the summer. And, they're taking courses towards their degree, towards breadth requirements. They're maybe studying abroad in the summer. There's so much that you can do at Berkeley in the summertime. And these are really the same courses as the academic year. They're just condensed down into a shorter time period. So it's very busy, very fast-paced. And then we also welcome hundreds and hundreds of visitors in the summer. So students from other UCs, students from community colleges, students from around the world. So it's a really exciting time to be on campus. So today we're going to be talking about summer minors, which are those programs that you can work toward in the summer. We're also going to cover summer certificates. We're going to talk a little bit about Freshman Edge and how you can get started as early as this summer if you would like to. And I do just want to quickly highlight that because of the pandemic, this summer we will be completely remote or almost completely remote. So instruction will be taking place either online or via remote instruction rather than in person or face-to-face. But we're also going to be talking today a little bit about online courses that are available in the summer. So courses that you can take online at any point in time. So please feel free to drop questions in the chat. I'm going to be doing my best to keep an eye on that throughout the presentation. But it is just me today, so we're going to have a lot of time at the end where we can answer all of your questions and make sure you're feeling really good about these programs and what you're wanting to do next. So before we dive in, I want to just quickly take a moment to do a really important land acknowledgement. UC Berkeley sits on the territory of the Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chicano-speaking Ohlone people, the successors of the sovereign Verona Band of Alameda County. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Muwekma Ohlone tribe and to other familial descendants of the Verona Band. We recognize that every member of the Berkeley community has and continues to benefit from the use and occupation of this land since the institution was founded in 1868. Consistent with our values of community, inclusion, and diversity, we have a responsibility to acknowledge and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. As members of the Berkeley community, it is vitally important that we not only recognize the history of this land on which we stand, but also recognize that the Muwekma Ohlone people are alive and flourishing members of the Berkeley and broader Bay Area communities today. Awesome, thank you for joining me in that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and jump into what makes a summer minor. These are really exciting and dynamic programs, and really they're designed for students in any major. So there are not usually prerequisites. You can start pursuing a summer minor regardless of your background, and it just gives you an opportunity to explore a new area of study and earn a minor on your transcript during the summertime. They are very specific and focused. So you're really going to be doing like a deep dive into a certain area. So you'll see in just a moment, but rather than just journalism, which is such a broad field, you're going to really specialize in digital journalism. So, you're going to really walk away with a great understanding of that specific area. So it can help you kind of in going on to your graduate degree plans or getting a job after graduation. And each of these programs are really designed in a field that's very relevant and emerging. So areas where faculty have said that students are really needing this information today. Maybe there's a gap in the major curriculum, or they're just hearing from students that this is something that they're really wanting to explore while at UC Berkeley. Typically, they're made up of 5 courses that are very unique. They're different to options that are available in the academic year. So that's something to note. Typically, these programs are only available in the summer, or they have limited options for courses in the academic year. And then in addition to the minor options, there is a certificate option. So we hope that you all will join us at UC Berkeley and become matriculated UC Berkeley students. But in the summertime, there are certificate options as well. So if you have friends at other UCs that want to do these programs with you, they can actually join us and take the courses alongside you. We can't award them a minor on their transcript because they're not Berkeley students, but we can give them a certificate from the department. And then they get their own UC Berkeley transcript for that time that they can use when they're applying to grad school, applying to jobs and things like that. I do see one question in the chat that I want to just grab really quickly. How are these courses different to community college courses? So these are real UC Berkeley courses. They're the same courses that you would take as a Berkeley student towards your major. They satisfy breadth requirements. The departments are just offering them in the summer because they recognize that students are really wanting to get ahead in the summertime. A lot of Berkeley students are trying to do so much. They're double majoring, they're minoring, they're going abroad. So these courses they're being available in the summer allows you to work towards those things that you're wanting to work towards, those goals. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna just dive into some of my favorite things about these programs. So the first is flexibility. You can complete these programs in a single summer, or you can space it out and do it over multiple summers. So it's really up to you. We see students kind of tailoring them to the best fit for them. You may want to take a single course and just see if you even like it. Maybe you've thought about journalism, but you're really not sure. So you can do that. You don't have to do the whole program. You can just try it out. You can do the whole thing in a single summer if you're really wanting to focus and buckle down that summer, or you can space it out. Say maybe you work in the summer times or you're wanting to travel. So it's really up to you. I will say that if you do a minor in a single summer, it is quite intensive. So that is really a full-time commitment. You're in classes throughout the summer. In summer sessions, we have different sessions. So you can choose courses in session A, you can choose courses in session D, or you can do both sessions. So if you're doing a whole minor, you would really be staying for the entire summer. And then we're always working towards developing online courses because we recognize in the summertime, especially Berkeley students really value that flexibility. So several of these programs do have online courses available. If you're not able to stay for the whole summer and you're wanting to complete them from home or from elsewhere, you can do that. Okay, and second is affordability. So in the summertime, you do pay by the unit. So it's separate from your academic year tuition. You would pay depending on what courses you sign up for and how many units they're worth. There's no in-state or out-of-state tuition. So Berkeley students, regardless of where you're coming from, if you're a Berkeley student, you receive the same rate in the summertime. If you take 6 units in the summer, you then can tap into financial aid. So if you're aid eligible, you must enroll in those 6 units if you're wanting to utilize aid, and then you'll be packaged. So that definitely helps make it affordable. It allows a lot of students to take courses in the summer. Like I said, there's thousands and thousands of students taking courses every summer. Okay, and then additionally, there is a $2,000 scholarship that Berkeley Summer Sessions will award you after completion of these programs. So we're going to talk about which ones qualify for the scholarship. It's the vast majority of the summer minor programs. And as long as you're a Berkeley student and you meet the eligibility requirements, it'll happen automatically. So you do not have to apply for it or do anything special. We're just reviewing students. And as long as you took all the courses and you received the grades you needed to receive, in order to earn the minor from the department, we're going to go ahead and credit you that $2,000 scholarship. You do have to complete the program in one summer or over 2 consecutive summers. You can't space it out quite as long if you're wanting to earn the scholarship. And you do have to take at least 4 courses in the summertime. Like I said, occasionally these programs have like an academic year course that you can choose from, but in order to get the scholarship, you do have to take 4 of the courses in summer. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of great questions. I can't get to all of them just now, but a lot of them we're going to cover in the presentation. For instance, is there a limit to how many minors? There's not, and you can actually earn the scholarship more than once. So if you complete 2 programs that are eligible for the scholarship, you'll get that scholarship twice. And then I see a question, is a summer minor the same as a normal minor? So as I mentioned, there are academic year minors. You can minor in a lot of different areas on campus. Summer minors are a little bit unique. So they're usually in a more specific field. Maybe they're a collaboration between multiple departments, or they're just kind of an innovative new area. So they're not typically available in the academic year. They are unique to summer. You can also do an academic year minor and a summer minor. There's a lot of options at Berkeley. So today we're just going to highlight the ones that are classified as summer minors, which are just the minors that are available in the summertime. And Victoria, we're going to go through each of them in just a moment, and I'm going to show you where the list lives on our website, and we're always updating that. Okay, just how major are summer minors? Well, last summer alone, we gave out more than 275 scholarships. That's a lot, and it's growing every year. So we're definitely seeing more and more students taking advantage of these programs. We're hearing that they're really benefiting from the scholarship. So even more students are completing these programs. Maybe they're spacing it out longer because that's what works best for their plans, et cetera. But 275 is a lot in a single summer. A lot of students started one last summer, and they're going to actually earn the scholarship this summer when they finish. They're fast growing, and there's always new options being added. So it was only a few years ago that we started out with just a single minor in journalism. And now we have over 10 different tracks and programs to choose from if you're looking at all the summer certificates and summer minors that are available. We also have at least 2 or 3 that are targeting summer 2022. So not this coming summer, but the following year, we plan to have several new options added as well. And I'm going to give you a sneak preview into what some of those topics are in a little bit. Many students have reported that these programs have given them a competitive edge on finding a job. And the biggest thing we hear is that because they're so hands-on and they're really working on projects, kind of passion projects that maybe they're really interested in, these are things that they're able to add to their portfolio for when they're applying to grad school, when they are applying for jobs, and it's really helping them show diverse skills because maybe they're majoring in a totally different area or even double majoring, and this is another area that they're really bolstering their skill set. And as we said, some students are doing more than one. I've seen a student doing up to 3 between the different summers that they were taking courses. Great question. So are summer minors listed as a minor on the final transcript? Yes, they are. And it just looks the same as an academic year minor, just as you earned a minor in journalism, just like you would, except it's only available in the summer. So. Okay. So I'm going to walk through some of the different programs that you may be interested in. So these are the summer minors that are currently available and that qualify for the $2,000 scholarship. So the first is journalism in the digital age. Journalism in the digital age comes to us out of the Graduate School of Journalism. And you may know that UC Berkeley doesn't have an undergraduate major in journalism. So previously, there was really no way for undergrads to study this topic, even if they were interested in it. So The Graduate School of Journalism approached us and developed this new minor program that has been extremely popular. And it's not only popular with Berkeley students, but also visiting students who want to get that certificate option. This is one that is especially hands-on. So you're going to be going out, you're going to be getting a scoop that you're really interested in and passionate about. You'll investigate, create a report. It really focuses on that digital element, so visual storytelling, video, still photography. You'll do a lot of editing work. There's a really awesome course on social media where you'll learn about how to gain a following, how to really get your message out there, how to get your work and projects noticed. The creation of multimedia packages, specialized reporting skills, and so much more. They have a lot of great elective options, so you can really kind of choose what's most interesting about journalism to you. And this is just a quick quote from a student who, as we were talking about, said that what they worked on in the journalism minor really helped them obtain a job because they had created a multimedia story. So when they were interviewing, they were able to talk about that, and they secured a job at a nonprofit that they were really passionate about. And I was actually just talking to the faculty member that teaches one of the core courses for this program, and she was telling me why she loves teaching it year after year. And she said it's because the students, they stay connected, they come back, she knows what they're doing, she knows when they're applying to graduate school. If they're applying to jobs, they come back, they ask for references, and she just felt like she really gets to stay connected and see where they end up landing in the field of journalism. Okay, we do see a question, how do we sign up? So these courses, you just enroll in them in summer. We're going to talk a little bit in a little bit about how to enroll in freshman ed. So you can take classes this summer, but any given summer as a Berkeley student, you would just enroll in whichever ones you're wanting to take. Some of them do have courses that you should take first, but you would just enroll in the summertime. And then you're going to work with an advisor and declare the minor once you finish the courses, and then it goes on your transcript. Are the scholarships for all students regardless of socioeconomic status? Yes. So if you're a Berkeley student, you just have to meet the eligibility requirements that are on our website, and then you're going to be getting the scholarship. Okay, awesome. So moving on to our second summer minor program that also qualifies for the scholarship, we have Global Public Health. And Global Public Health is actually our most popular summer minor right now. It's extremely popular, and it has been, but especially with the pandemic and everything going on in the world and the health crisis, this is just a field that I think so many students feel called to. It's clear that there's such a need, and it's just kind of boomed in popularity. So public health at UC Berkeley is an impacted major. Many of you may know that already. So it can be difficult to sample classes. And what I mean by that is if you're just a student coming in as a freshman and you think maybe public health is interesting for me, it's difficult to get into the classes. There's not quite a lot of space. So this program was developed, and it's really a great entryway into public health. And because of that, this one is a little bit unique in that you can do this minor and go on to major in public health. They've addressed ways to do that because they were realizing students were falling in this category. Likewise, if you major in public health, some of their majors were actually really interested in this minor as well because of that global perspective. So there is some flexibility there. But it's a great way to dive in and start taking public health courses and to really see if it's something you're interested in. It also complements so many different career paths and areas of study. So even if you're definitely studying something totally separate than public health, this is so encompassing and kind of relevant to so many different fields that it can be a great way to bolster your resume, your experience, and your knowledge base. So global public health is focusing on the promotion and protection of human health across populations. You're going to cover issues like health equity, human health and the environment, health policy, microbiology, nutrition. You're going to look at countries around the world and populations around the world, so nutrition in other countries, women's health and empowerment, and just so much more. This is one that in particular has a ton of elective choices that are constantly being updated and added to. So you can really take the courses that fit your interests. And as we said, it's not just the US, but worldwide. And I'm going to show you quickly so that you all can, in your own time, get more familiar with our website. But we had that question about where can we see the list of summer minors. So this is our website, summer.berkeley.edu. And under special programs, we have summer minors. And this is where they're all listed. And then there's also an option to read more. And if you click this, you're actually linking out to the department site, which is really, really valuable because this has so much information around the curriculum, the different courses, how they're broken out between core courses, what sessions they're offered in the summertime, how many units. So if you remember, that's tied to the cost and the fees, what electives are available. Public health has those major and minor options, so it does break out some information around that. Scholarships. And I just want to quickly highlight these two amazing contacts here. So each of the programs has an advising contact. So I'm the summer sessions person that helps coordinate these programs, so you can always reach out to me and I can answer questions, especially around the scholarship or enrolling in summer, things like that. But curriculum questions and advising questions are really best directed to these folks. So that's something that keep in mind. I can always help connect you, so definitely feel free to reach out to me. But there are just so many resources on these individual department pages, and each of the programs has one. Okay, and then this is that eligibility information we were talking about for the scholarship. Okay, great. So moving on, we have our next summer minor program. It's called Race and the Law. It's really unique in that it's a collaboration between two departments. So African American Studies and Ethnic Studies got together and they decided that this was a really important area for students to be able to study. And they weren't able to launch it on their own. They didn't have the courses they needed to put together, but they worked together and they were able to create this really, really interesting, relevant, important program that so many students are taking advantage of. It's focusing on issues that are extremely pressing and important. You're looking at the interconnection between racialization and the law, as well as why it's really impossible to understand US legal history without addressing race. So you're going to look at case precedents, legal documents, laws that have been put into place to see how people of color have been treated by the US legal system. It's going to take a really historical viewpoint, really because these issues can be best understood as examined as part of a broader history. But you're also going to look at very modern issues that are coming up for us every day, things like surveillance, racial profiling, civil rights, voting rights, affirmative action, and just so much more. And I can only imagine, given just the tragedies and injustices that we've seen over the past year, what, deep conversations are taking place in these classrooms with these faculty members. So really a powerful summer minor. Okay, next we have Digital Humanities. Digital Humanities is an online summer minor. So as we mentioned, all of our programs are going forward remotely this summer because summer sessions will not be in person, but Digital Humanities will actually be always online going forward. So you'll always have that flexibility to participate from anywhere in the world. And this minor is really designed around how you can employ powerful digital tools to create, organize, analyze, and represent research projects in digital forms. So taking into account the various information revolutions that have taken place, technology revolutions, this minor is really helping students go beyond maybe older fashioned research techniques and how you might have represented data in the humanities to what you can use today. So what cutting edge techniques are out there, different powerful databases that you can use. So it can really help strengthen your studies while at UC Berkeley, set you up for success in graduate programs, and so much more. And the faculty that are behind this program are just really amazing. So it's coming out of the Digital Humanities at Berkeley initiative. So it's drawing key figures from UC Berkeley from across departments to kind of come together for this very important purpose. And the student feedback for this program is just amazing. I'm going to quickly, let's see, quickly share a video that I think can kind of help you understand even more what's great about this program. A lot of the summer minors do have videos available, which is just a great way to learn more from the students, from the faculty, if you're wanting to understand what you're really going to take away from these programs. So I encourage you to go check out those web pages we were talking about. But in the meantime, I'm just going to show you one quick video for digital humanities.
How do we, as students of the humanities, read texts, look at artworks, interpret philosophies, and understand cultures? Digital Humanities is a course of study that offers fresh and relevant ways to investigate these questions. We're proud to offer our Digital Humanities minor program, which provides powerful digital tools to help you explore these questions and present your findings in innovative ways. For example, what if you're studying a slave conspiracy? Digital mapping and networking allows you to visualize how news spread from plantation to plantation. Digital design helps you devise ways for people to interact with the story. Your original research becomes a multi-dimensional project that communicates dynamically, presenting your knowledge in a rich and responsive format. In our Digital Humanities minor, you'll build state-of-the-art projects devoted to telling the story of your research. If you're used to presenting your humanities work in traditional formats, you'll be inspired by the possibilities that digital methods offer. If you work in the computational sciences, you'll bring your skills to a whole new set of meaningful questions. Regardless of your background, applying these powerful tools to humanistic study will open up new paths of inquiry and enable you to reach a wider audience with your findings. Our faculty are thought leaders in the field, including Director of the Digital Humanities at Berkeley, Claudia Von Vacano, National Endowment for the Humanities grantee, David Baman, David Bates of the Berkeley Center for New Media, Mellon Fellow, Elizabeth Honig, and acclaimed author, Scott Saul. These are just a few of the people who make the Digital Humanities at Berkeley such a diverse and stimulating intellectual community. Our professors will give you the technical skills and background knowledge you'll need, so no prior experience is required, just an active imagination and your laptop. If you want to ask timeless questions and explore them using today's tools, then the Digital Humanities minor is the program for you. Dive into this cutting-edge field with us at Berkeley this summer. The possibilities for learning and exploration are as open-ended as curiosity itself.
Okay, let me get my screen back up here. Awesome. So, yeah, as you can see, Digital Humanities, very hands-on, lots of projects. So also really neat that. It sounds like some of you are interested in this one, which is great. More information about the cost can be found on our website. But just for reference, In the summer, it is by unit, and the unit is typically about $420 per unit for Berkeley students, $419 right in there. So, but a lot of information on our website, including around financial aid and how that can help you with that. Okay, so the next summer minor, again, this one does qualify for the scholarship, is sustainability. So this is out of the Rausser College for Natural Resources. And it goes beyond just environmental change, climate change. It's really looking at the far-reaching issues facing the world today and the intersections of lots of different disciplines and how they are kind of responding to a need for sustainability. So you'll look at renewable energy, environmental justice, engineering, sanitation, business. So there's a business class in there, economics, and more. So you'll learn about how this environmental change and the policy around it and everything is really impacting just about every field that you can possibly go into, and how leaders in every field are needed. And this need is only increasing over time. One thing to note about the sustainability summer minor is that the courses for this program currently run in session C. So all 5 courses are offered in session C of summer, which is sort of our mid-session that spans over session A and D. So because of that, you'd really want to space this program out over 2 summers, just because 5 courses at the same time is too much. So just something to keep in mind there. No prerequisite requirements. Some of you were asking that about digital humanities as well. So far, none of these programs have prerequisites. They are upper division courses, so that's something to keep in mind, but you can enroll in them even starting this summer. You just want to be mindful that the workload and the level is that higher level, but there are no prerequisites, so they're open to you. And then the student spoke about gaining a competitive edge. So she said she can now speak to different fields like engineering and economics, and the sustainability summer minor really helped add to her other studies because of how interdisciplinary it was. Okay, and lastly, of the programs that qualify for the scholarship, we have the Developing Child. So the Developing Child is a really amazing program that focuses around human development, child development. So it's really looking at the stage from prenatal to age 8. So early childhood development. If you're looking at working in any career that has to do with children, so anything like child psychology, education, child advocacy, early childhood policy, youth nonprofits, this is a great program for you to consider, very relevant. Something to note, it's a little bit different structure-wise. So there's a 12-week cohort structure for this particular minor, so you do apply, and then you would be one of 30 students to complete the program in a single summer. So you're not able to space it out. They really found that it was best for this program for you to do that kind of intensive full-time schedule so that you can kind of really dive in. There's a practicum component where you're really implementing your theory-based learning from the classroom into a setting with children. So because of that, they've planned out this schedule. And so it doesn't have quite the same flexibility, but you do move through it in a single summer, which is amazing. This is that video you can check out to learn more. And they put the sample schedule in here. So you can see it really is quite full-time throughout the summer. Okay. So that wraps up the programs that qualify for the scholarship, but we do have a couple other programs that I want to just highlight really quickly. So the first are the education minors. So these are 2 minors that you can also earn either in the academic year or the summer. So they're not true summer minors. they are more flexible, but they're available in the summer. So if you can only do them in the summer, you can do them during that time. You can mix and match courses. It's really up to you. So both of these tracks are online. The first is Educating for the 21st Century. The second is Educating for the 21st Century, Teaching English to Multilingual Students. So specifically teaching English abroad or to students from a different language speaking background. So they do overlap in some courses, but students typically determine which one they are interested in. Sorry, as I mentioned, they do have flexibility for when you complete them. So you can take some courses in the summer, some in the academic year. They're really focused on modern education practices, digital pedagogy, global education, educational inequity, rising educational programs and initiatives that are very current, and more. Similar to the developing child, they do have a practicum component that they want you to complete. There's a little bit more flexibility in what this looks like because these are not just early childhood education courses, they're more encompassing. So you may want to do a research project, you may want to work in a university setting, so you can help with the kind of administration of a university course. There are different options for the practicum, but definitely still very important for taking your classroom learning and implementing it into a real life setting. And certificate programs. So these are programs where you don't earn an actual minor on your transcript. Everything before this point, you do earn a minor on your transcript. But these are additional programs. So we have Film and Media, Industries and Professions. So that's a 3-course certificate. You earn a certificate from the department, and it's really designed around the different kind of jobs you can have within film and media. So they bring in industry professionals who are going to talk about the fields that they work in, daily challenges, different things that they've experienced, what they like about their jobs, and then much more. But they really felt like it was something that their majors specifically were lacking, and that other students are very interested in as well. And then lastly, we have the Berkeley Charter of Professional Accountancy, which is a program out of Haas School of Business. And it's an 8-course program. It's run over 2 summers, so it is a little bit more intensive than anything we've talked about to this point, because it does require those extra 3 courses. But after completing this program, you would have everything you need to sit for the CPA exam and become a certified public accountant. So it's amazing if you're looking for a career or a backup career in economics, finance, accounting. This is an amazing springboard. And these programs are not eligible for our $2,000 scholarship, but the BCPA program here does have a number of their own scholarships. So that's something you can be sure to check out. Looking forward, where are these programs going? So we are always developing new options. As I mentioned, we have several in the pipeline for summer 2022. One is out of the College of Chemistry, and it's in responsible process implementation. So it's really designed around offering technology students insight into performing in a business setting. So you're going to work on team-based projects and solve real-life industrial process engineering questions. It focuses on green chemistry and the environmental impacts of chemical processes on workers, consumers, and society. Some information is on our website already about that one, but more will be coming soon. And then the next one is out of the College of Environmental Design, and that's Data Design and Activism. So this new minor is going to be looking at cities and how cities face a number of challenges and issues. So things like deepening social and racial inequality, unsustainable buildings and housing, infrastructure issues, climate change and the risk of disasters and extreme events, and how rather than tipping points for all of those things, cities can really become turning points. So looking towards the future and positive change, One thing that's neat about this minor is that they're planning a lot of work with AR, VR software. So you'll get to explore the nature of proposed urban development projects and kind of different takeaways. So that is a very neat one. We're also talking to psychology at the moment, who wants to put together a mental health practitioner summer minor, and then a few other departments. So there's always more being added. Please keep an eye on our website. We're also updating internship, practicum, and field study components, and creating new elective options and online options. So lots of things always changing and being added and updated. As I was mentioning, freshmen and transfer edge. So as incoming freshmen, if you want to start taking courses this summer, if you want to take any summer courses, you do have to opt into Freshman Edge and Cal Central. So that will basically help you matriculate early. It'll allow you to receive the discounted Berkeley student rate for summer, and it'll give you access to summer courses so you can begin enrolling. If you want to start doing a minor, if you want to take a course towards a breath requirement course that you're needing, or we also have amazing courses that are really designed for incoming freshmen. So we have some courses that run for free in the summer. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And I can talk more if you have questions, but yeah, lots of great opportunities through Freshman Edge. You also get to benefit from additional programming. So they'll help acclimate you to campus. You'll have different events and things. You'll get to know each other more as incoming freshmen and really have that network and that resource base. If you need financial aid for Freshman Edge, you do have to fill out both this FAFSA for this coming summer that you already have to do, but also the previous year's FAFSA. And that's because summer follows the academic year. So this summer that we're going into is really tied to the 2020-2021 academic year. But more information around that is on our website. Transfer students also, so transfer students, same process, they enroll in Transfer Edge, similar program, and then you are able to take courses in the summer as an incoming transfer student. Okay, so that is everything. I know that was a lot. This is how you can contact us. You can follow us on social media. You can email me if you have questions after this. You can also email summer sessions if you have questions about enrolling, about Freshman Edge, any of these things that we've talked about, fees, financial aid, lots of questions go through summer@berkeley.edu. And this is that website that we were just talking about. I am going to paste a quick Google form in the chat. And this is just an interest form. So if you are interested in minors, if you're interested in specific programs and you want me to follow up with you, or you want to be on my list for announcements when we do have new minors launching, things like that, please fill out this form and I can make sure you receive all of that information. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And I know there are a lot of questions that I haven't been able to get to. So if you still have a question, please feel free to drop it in and we will go through those. And I will try to work backwards, but if I haven't answered yours, please feel free to drop it in again. Okay. Are these minor courses and scholarships available to transfer students who just got accepted to the university? Yes. So yeah, it's relevant for freshmen, for transfer students. If you are coming to Berkeley, if you're accepting your offer and you're matriculating, please opt into Freshman and Transfer Edge if you're wanting to get started this summer. If you're wanting to do it in a future summer, you can do that as well. You will be eligible for the scholarship. Transfer students, I know sometimes you have a limited number of summers. You can complete the minor after your expected graduation term if you extend that. So that's also an option. How many more courses are in the Transfer Edge additional programming? The additional programming is just events and things that are available to you. So you don't have to sign up for any number of courses. If you're wanting to get financial aid, you will have to enroll in 6 units, but you can choose what those units are. There are special opportunities, like I know there's Transfer Connect, which is a really wonderful opportunity, but there's nothing that's mandatory. So it's really up to you to mix and match what you want to take this summer. To see what classes are offered, let me drop it in the chat. You can browse classes at classes.berkeley.edu. You can select the summer term, summer 2021, and that'll show you all the classes that are available in the summer. And so those are going to be open to you. There may be some exceptions. Sometimes courses are blocked for majors and things like that, but all the courses are listed in there, and that's where you can go to just browse and decide what you want to take this summer. Is the scholarship applied through FAFSA? So no, so the scholarship is just going to be applied to your Cal Central account. So where you get your bill and everything for summer, we just add it onto there as a credit. So that happens after you complete your final course. Then in the fall, usually before the winter break, we have those all added. So you'll start seeing the scholarship reflected. If you don't have a balance, it just comes back to you in the form of like a refund check. Even if you've graduated, you'll still get a check in the mail, or you'll have a check on file to pick up at the Cal Student Central office. Will Freshman Edge be virtually conducted this year? Yes. So all of our programming is remote this summer because of the pandemic. We are really excited to be back in person for summer 2022. A lot of amazing in-person things are being planned for that summer, but for this summer, we are still going to be remote. But you can participate in all of these programs and opportunities remotely. I saw someone ask if you can live on campus during a summer minor. You can. I know there's summer housing even for this summer. In the future, you can definitely live on campus, so it's really up to you. What is the difference between Transfer Edge and Transfer Connect? So Transfer Edge is just basically participating in summer as an incoming transfer student. So it's very broad, any courses that you're taking, and then you get to benefit from that programming. You have an awesome advisor who works with you. Transfer Connect is just one program within that set of courses. So it's something you can opt into and sign up for if you want to. And it's a really great mentoring experience. Campus fee, so yes, let me post quickly to our website where you can learn more about fees. So this is for Berkeley students. So as I was mentioning, it's $419 per unit this summer. That does change a little bit summer on summer, but usually it's really, really close. So you have that, and then there are different fees to be aware of. So you do have a campus fee that you're responsible for. That's $380. It's for a lot of the different services that go into enrolling in summer courses. There are a couple other fees. Some fees occasionally get waived, or because we're having a remote summer, there's updated information on there. So please check that out. For instance, the cancellation fee this summer is waived. So normally if you enroll in classes and then you drop all of your courses, there's a fee, but that's not true of this summer. So someone is asking about permission to take summer courses this summer. You can, yes. So if you accept your offer, you are welcome to take courses this summer, and that is through that Freshman Edge process or Transfer Edge process that we were talking about, which just basically allows you access to summer courses. I will post the Freshman Edge link and the Transfer Edge link in the chat. So these have a lot of information about the instructions, how you can opt into Freshman and Transfer Edge. You're not required to take courses once you do that. So I definitely encourage you, if you're thinking about taking courses this summer and you have accepted your offer, go ahead and opt in, because that will allow you to enroll in courses later on if you choose. And if you don't, there's no penalty. If you don't qualify for aid, you are still eligible for that $2,000 scholarship. Apart from that, I can't really advise on other options, but there may be other scholarships and things like that you could apply for. Yeah. I'm in the College of Chemistry. Can I participate in LNSW 1? I believe you can. Yeah, so we do have 2 free courses this summer for incoming freshmen that I was speaking about. So LNSW 1 is Exploring Liberal Arts, and LNSC 12 is the Berkeley Changemaker. And LNSW 1, so it's really exploring the different majors within LNS. So, so yeah, you can, if you know that your major is outside of LNS, then it may not be relevant for you, but you are still welcome to enroll if you like. Okay. Let's see, any other questions? Please feel free to drop them in. Can I take a summer minor as an incoming freshman? You can. We were just talking about how they are upper division courses. So, so you just want to be mindful of that. You don't want to overdo it. Summer courses are intensive. You may want to start off with just one that you feel comfortable with before diving into too many more. Please visit our website for more fees information. Yes, you do have to still pay the campus fee. It's a mandatory fee. It goes to like the student, it's kind of regulated by the student body. It is still relevant for this summer. How much is the workload in hours per week? Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. So one good thing to check out would be the classes.berkeley.edu website, because you can see, depending on the units, that kind of mandates face-to-face instructional hours, and then also how many hours there are of work outside of the classroom. But if you look at classes.berkeley.edu, that's a really good indication, because you can see what hours per week you're actually in class. And then you would usually have several hours outside of class for homeworks and readings and things like that. You can also find the syllabi often on there, which is really helpful. Okay, sorry, I think I have someone outside the front probably that he's barking at. So someone is asking about a certain course they would like to take in summer as a transfer student, a psych course. So I can't advise on every specific course that's available, because there's a lot of different prerequisites and different things like that. But that classes.berkeley.edu site has a lot of information. It'll usually tell you if it's available to you. And then you also have department contacts. So you can go ahead and reach out to the instructor or the department that's hosting that course, and they would be the best to advise on whether it's appropriate for you to enroll. Say that there is a prerequisite and you took something similar and you're wondering if that counts. They are the ones that can determine that. Can I watch the sessions recording later? Yes, I am planning to download it, and we will be sending it over to admissions. So I believe they will be posting it on the webpage that you all have access to. But if you want to reach out to my email after the session, I can also send you a copy. Thank you all so much for joining us. I really appreciate you coming today and learning more about these programs. I think they're really exciting. I always say that I would do basically all of them, and every time we add a new one, I'm like, oh gosh, how could I do this if I was a Berkeley student? Because they are all so interesting and exciting. But yeah, please feel free to reach out to me with more questions. I'll hang on here for another minute or two. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, but I can answer more questions. I just want to say goodbye to you all if you do have to jump off for other things. So thank you so much.